with someone there that was not very pleasant. And it just kind of set me back. And I was literally like waiting, like, wow, that's going to ruin my whole day. That's going to ruin the whole vibe. I was feeling so good. It's going to ruin everything. And that's how I felt waiting to see my doctor. But I ended up dealing with it pretty well. I didn't let it ruin my entire day like I thought it was. So that's good. But it's really just a kind of reminder that sometimes you can be on cloud 9 and the littlest thing can kind of pop that little bubble, bring it right back down. And for no good reason. No good reason at all. But it was like, I kept having these like bright sides in my head, you know what I mean? It was like, oh, well, it's not all bad. You really shouldn't dwell on this. Look at all these positive things that are going on. Don't focus on this so much. And that's kind of how it was. That's kind of how it was. So, someone requested glass tapping. And I've actually been wanting to do a glass tapping video for a little while now. But that was like, that's a good reason to finally just up and do it, right? And so I went to the Dollar Tree. And I just happened to come across this thing while I was in there for $1.25. And honestly, I want to get another one. Not this one, there's another one with like a different shape. But it's got this textured outer glass that I love. What do you think? I love it. And so I want to get the other one. And the other ones were colored. They were like light blue and like a light purple. But I went with this one. You can't tell because of the lighting. But this is just a regular glass, clear. You know, no special color tones to it whatsoever. But yeah. This up here, this isn't glass. It's a good bluff though, because honestly, I definitely thought it was. That top there, not glass, my friend, not glass. It's the plastic. It's plastic. So, I hope you are nice and chill and relaxed today, though. That's my computer. I hope it's not too noticeable, but I definitely notice it. My computer is humming like it's about to blast off. And there's no way I can turn it off from here. So, that's great. Why are you making so much noise? I need a new laptop. I simply don't do glass enough. Like, this is gonna be a regular trigger, this little thing here. I just love it. I love it. Alright. Let's move on to the next trigger though, shall we? So, next up we have this glass jar. Yeah, this little glass jar. I got it also when I got to the other jar. This is more of a vase. It was also $1.50. Thought that was a pretty good deal, so I got it. So you have to let me know what you think of the sounds. I'm not sure how I will repurpose this one, if I'm being honest. I could put candy in it. I mean, it's more of a vase than anything. Definitely not band flowers in there. Definitely not doing that. But I don't know. I want to do something with it. Not gonna go to waste, that's for sure. But I just don't know what we'll use it with yet. So oh, I could put candy in it, but I got that whole big thing back there for all candy. No, I would prefer to have it later if I was going to put candy in it, so it won't be candy. Just have to wait and see. Yeah, I actually had a couple of really nice, they had a really large, long jar that I considered getting. It was like $3. But I wouldn't have been able to figure out what to do with that after the video, so I was like, I'll wait until I figure out something for that. In fact, I don't know if you can hear that at all. I don't know if you can hear Please also, if you're new here and you're enjoying the sounds, give us a subscribe. We're trying to get to 5K, baby. We're trying to get to 5K by 2026. So, we've got a month and a half, basically. Let's do it. Let's do it. using my like claw nails for this, but they're metal for one thing. At least the diamond or the rhinestone ones are. I kind of was afraid they might like break the glass or something. But also I think it just might be too loud. You know what I mean? Like it might be too harsh. So we'll wait it out. It'd be nice if I can. Oh, it's gonna be some work to try to get that sticker off, but yeah. Ooh, I really like this one. You know, I'll really have to play around with the we'll really have to play around with like the glass sounds in the future, because clearly different densities change the sound. You know, you've got liquid in here, and that makes this sound so much different. It almost sounds like when Mr. Krabs is walking, but that's not what I'm getting now. Like right there almost. It's very particular though, right? It's very particular. See, did you see that now? I don't know if you saw that, but the water bubble from there went up and it changed the sound. If I put it back down there, it almost sounds better without the bubble. Actually, it sounds better with the bubble. So how interesting is that? So, you guys know that I recently bought that selfie screen, right, for the back of my phone so I can see what I'm doing with the back camera. But I did discover today a bit of an issue with that, and that is if I'm trying to shoot in 4K, the delay is cartoonish. So I'm probably just going to shoot it at 1080. From this point on, whoa, when it's like, when the subject is me anyways, because if I don't, like I say, if I'm shooting it from a different angle and I don't need to be in the shot, you know, like a first person perspective kind of deal, then it's different. But because I won't need the screen, right, because I can just see the screen on the phone. But yeah, so like the main app I use to record with is called Moment, and I don't normally have any problems with that, typically. But when I started to record on this like the selfie screen device. And so I'm like, oh, it's not recording. I'm frozen. It just took a picture, but I flip it around and see that it's actually not frozen. But it has everything to do with the fact that it's shooting in 4K and like the refresh rate and all that mumbo jumbo. Basically, this screen only can keep up at basically 100 with 1080. And I realized that in real time, basically. So like right now, as I'm recording this, you know, I can see the screen, but it's a delay because when I switched to the regular camera app for one thing, it's to shoot on that because the moment app was gonna try to do 30 FPS. I think that made a difference, but then the regular camera app on 4K was gonna do, or is trying to do, 24 FPS. I'm guessing that makes a big difference. Either way, you know, there's still a delay, but like it's still moving. Whereas with the other one, when I was on the moment app, it just was basically froze. It is basically moving in stop motion. You know what I mean? It was like not even like it was like a still image, and then 10-20 seconds pass, then the image moves again. Whereas this is like on a, let me see here. So let's stop here at 40. And we're going to wait and see when it catches up. And so we're already at 10 seconds here. And let's see. Wow, this is crazy. We're at 20 seconds. So the delay right now is 20 seconds, you guys. It is over 20 seconds. It is now over 30 seconds. This is insane. It's still not caught up yet. Wow. Looks like we're finally about to get to the point. There it is, right about. It is 40-second delay. So there's almost a 40-second delay. If anything, just like impromptu happens, I won't even know the deal, you know what I mean? I can't check it in real time, you know what I mean? That's crazy. So, 1080p is what I'll be able to shoot with, which is fine, which is still better than what I would normally shoot with on the front facing. But like, it's still kind of a bummer. But now I want to see if there's like a version of the screen that does allow you to do like the 4K stuff. I won't be buying it anytime soon, but it'll be on my wish list. I'm all about those wish lists on all those sites. So there you have it. Finally, we have our last glass item, I think. Yeah. Well, we got our last glass jar. And it's just full of my little, whatever these balls are called. Whatever they are, they're super kinetic, I'll tell you that much. Don't make a mess of these. These things get all over the place and they don't want to scoop up right because they're so, like, electronically charged. What's the word I'm looking for? Ionically charged? I don't know. But they like to connect to things and stick. So, but yeah. That was an interesting little discovery. So, it's probably for the best that I can't shoot in 4K anyways, because of, I took a test with it the other day. Like literally yesterday, I was like, okay, so, because when I first used this, I didn't change any of the settings, so it was just gonna shoot on the regular, like, 1080 setting, which looked really nice. It was the lollipop video, and that came out looking really good to me. And that's fine, that's how most of the videos will look, because I'm gonna go back to that. But I was like, oh, but I thought initially that was 4K, until I went into the settings. I was like, oh, that wasn't 4K. So let me see. And then I was like, oh, because I was like, I wanted to see how it would change the file size, right? And basically, before it maxed out all of my memory. So the problem with that is that 1 hour is good because I don't do a whole lot of 1 hour videos anymore these days, right? But the problem is that, you know, let's say I did get to 1 hour, you know, even if I got to like, 40 minutes, I still need more space just to be able to like edit that video, right? You know, the moment I throw that thing into CapCut, it's gonna like double the size when I start editing it, especially if I'm trying to do anything like anything. I start messing around with effects and transitions and doing all kinds of cuts. That file size is gonna quadruple while it's being in the project. You know, once I actually finish the project, it'll be smaller. But while it's in CapCut being edited, it becomes a huge file. And so yeah, so the problem is it would be like, well, I got it now, but I can't edit it because I have no memory. But one thing that I have been kind of doing, I haven't done it in a little bit, but I do it. What I would do here is just airdrop it to my iPhone X, right? Because like I said, I'm shooting on the SE. It's got incredibly limited storage, but my X has way more storage, so I could just airdrop it to the other one. The problem is that because the X is so old now, you know, it's struggling to edit these days. Apps are crashing left and right, and it just gets on my nerves. You know what I mean? It's crazy because like on the SC, if my thing pops up saying that I need to charge my battery, like it's like, oh, it's like 20%, you know, warning. If that error pops up on my X while it's processing the video, like actually rendering it, it will cancel the whole render. It don't matter how far in of the render it's in, it'll cancel the whole thing. Crazy. But on SE it doesn't do that. It'll just be like, okay, I can just clap it and it'll continue. And I'm like, oh, not only that, but if I exit the app while it's rendering, it'll just pause the render, and then when I open the app back up, it'll restart it. Versus if I do anything outside of that app on the X while it's rendering, it stops the render. You know what I mean? And some of these renders takes a long time, even regardless of like how short the video may be. If I got a lot going on with like effects and stuff, the render takes a while. And you know, all those little things just are so annoying. Anyways, more phone gripes, but like I said, I can't wait to get a new phone. Don't know when, but that's one of these days. One of these days, y'all. Okay, now let's close it back up with this. With our new favorite object ever. I hope you enjoyed the class tapping and whispering. Please give it a like if you did. Maybe even hype it up if you wish. That'd be nice. Subscribe, because again, we're trying to get to 5K. Can you guys believe it? If you guys have been here for a little minute, you know that this is just, it's crazy what we've achieved in this little year. You know what I mean? And it's crazy that I'm trying to, it's crazy that I'm trying to reach 5K by 2026. And I remember how insane I thought the idea of me ever reaching 1,000 was. Like, I thought 1,000 was going to be impossible. It just seemed so far out of reach. And I'm aiming for 5,000 by 2026. It's crazy. I don't know. Thank you all so much for joining the journey and tuning along and liking the videos and commenting and subscribing and joining your boy, your crazy, zany, weird, ADHD, mentally ill ASM artist. Thank you so much for joining me for the ride. I appreciate it. So, that's it for this video though, okay? Okay, that's it for this video. And with that said, you know what I want you to do? Take care of yourself. And